So, continuing on. You can keep track of important information on the provided or printed save sheets in the save index and the quest and index book, as well as in the provided game trees. The Yeah, well, obviously we are going to print out these things. Nobody is going to write in the books. Um, these will store the guards, current equipment cards, loot, lux essence, sil. This is XP. Sil is money, chips, and ability cards in organized fashion and provide quick access and setup when players are ready to continue their journey across Isofar. If defeated in battle, the guards always reset back to the most recent save point, last in at what they were rested. So if you so you cannot save as long as you don't have the money for the inn nearby, but you can get defeated and then you teleport to the last inn. So that you also lose all your gear. Well, all your items that you stored, and you don't lose your fishing hooks or mining equipment or stuff like that. So, since the Isofarian Guard is a game that spans dozens of hours and possibly even more, depending on how much of the world the players explore, sessions of gameplay can be as long as or short as players desire. When players have decided that their session is complete, they can save the progress of the cards quickly and easily. Variations to gameplay, adding and removing players, increased difficulty, tenebrous mode. The newest version also has story mode. That is a walk in the park mode where all enemies have one less defense. So they all start with -1 defense. So you do much more damage to any enemy. And that is, I think, the go-to way. And if you really persist and complete the game, so all 5 books, then you could try the normal mode. But I think this is only reserved for demigods. Also, this is a very strange setup. This is called increased difficulty. For those of you that enjoy an extreme challenge, you can choose tenebrous mode, and then new section, tenebrous mode. So this is actually one. Should be one section, and tenebrous mode should not be bold. Okay, when rules conflict between sources, follow the rules in this order. Campaign book cards in general rulebook. There is no general rulebook, I think. This is a rulebook. Where's the general rulebook? That's what I get with artists. They are great with art and drawing pictures, but just so imprecise. Okay, campaign book. That is okay. So that is actually the campaign book that was, I think, the campaign. No. Yeah, well, it's not technically it is not a campaign book. It's a book, campaign 1, campaign 2, campaign 3, campaign 4, campaign 5, but it doesn't say that it's a campaign book. So these guys could use some lessons in law. Okay, this is, well, nice to have a reference, but when are we going to use this? I think this is not really useful to have a reference here. I think it's more useful to have the setup and game. So the battle modes setup. Battle modes should be here, because for battle modes you have to look it up, and I think the rest of the things you can easily find, but for battle modes you have stuff on your table, and you want things to be sorry, in a easy to grab passion. Okay, onto the reference guides. They look really professional, don't they? Let's put it away. I mean, I can recommend to print it out just because it reads so much better on the sofa than on a screen. So, gameplay concepts, gameplay concepts, gameplay concepts, gameplay concepts, gameplay concepts. If every page is called gameplay concepts, oh here, chip descriptions. So much wasted space here. So, I think you can easily print this in A5 and you can have it in your hand. A4 is just not really enough. Okay, this is the thing that was distilled from an earlier version that had the rulebook and definitions thrown together in a chaotic fashion, and the terms have been poured out and put into a separate book. I think that's a good idea to do, and also you can see this has been done by Fantasy Flight Games with Warhammer Quest Adventure Card Game and Arkham Horror, the LCG, and Dire Wild uses it. So the to the point definition thing that tries to appear exact, and the thing that the book that describes how these things interact. Okay, ability, action points. So these are the cubes. Ambush. Attack. 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 Standard attack. Should be under S. I mean, is it really so hard to follow the alphabet? Chip color. It seems like a whining thing, but if you are looking for a standard attack, then you look under S. So you're not going to find it unless you realize that you have to look for attack, standard. So things should be retrievable. Damage. So it's base attack plus attack modifier minus base defense plus defense modifier. They put in the parentheses because they weren't there. So now it's an actual formula, but actually what you do is you take the difference between attack and defense for base, and then you add your attack modifier and subtract from the attack modifier the defense modifier. But anyway, that's the net HP damage. So this is fine, better than it was before. Health points, always. Damage, defense, equipment, event back, exhaust, gain, general supply. General supply, this is not a definition. Maybe a chip tray, cube tray, or card boxes when components are returned to their general supply. So, general supply is a group of game components where the stuff came from. Something like that. Never mind. Health points. Immune prevents the listed negative chip from activating once drawn. However, the listed negative chip could still be added to the guard's bag. I would have liked a list of what negative chips should go then to the guard's bag, but well, when you find something like immune, then you read this and it helps you a little bit, not enough. Okay, items can be used in either battle or stored in a satchel, and then may not be used where they may not be used during battle. An item must be equipped to the equipped item slot before the battle begins for it to be available. Also counts for narrative events that ensue in a battle. So that's kind of implied. Limits. There's a maximum of 5 chips of any type that can be in the guard bag at one time. Type here refers to the chips with the same color and symbol. Yeah, this is great because in the previous version it was written under every card or under every chip that there was a limit of 5 chips. So now finally you have a limit. So that clarifies the next text. Okay, Lux Essence is the experience gained from battle and through completing objectives throughout the campaigns. Players may hold up to 99 Lux Essence in the Lux tile at any one time. So it implies that any excess is lost. Now I would like to find what happens with defeats. If you defeat one enemy and then run away, for example. So it's retreating from battle, I think. 36. Just testing how retrievable text is. Retreating from battle. When you decide to run, all members forfeit the turn. All enemies take the turn. After the enemy resolves the turn, cleanup is performed, battle is over. No rewards are gained from retreating from an encounter. That means that you cannot have partial XP. So either you gain the Lux Essence from a complete set of enemies or none at all. That's pretty harsh. Normally in video games, if you encounter enemies and you slay one enemy, then run away, then you at least have the XP from the one that you slayed. Negate, refill, Sil, 999. Sil may also be stored in Fort Istra in greater quantities up to 999 Sil. See Fort Istra under F, I think. No. Fort Istra index in the quests and index book. There's no Fort Istra under F. No, it's EG. Okay.